Hi, friends. My name's Host Eric, and today I want to talk to you about Host Eric's General Boxing Challenge here. Now, the General Boxing Challenge is also a specific one, and I'm gonna title this video, I think, with my ideal dream scenario, which is Frank James, will you box me? I would like to get aboard this trend of YouTubers boxing each other. I understand that there's a certain amount of prep one must do before one can establish that one can be certified to actually have a fight for broadcast in a given state. But if I could get a sufficiently named person to box me, I would certainly be willing to undergo those efforts. Now, granted, there would be some effort on the part of the person who is supposed to box me as well. But I just want to say to Frank James, if he should happen to see this video, and since it's going to be titled Host Eric Challenges Frank James to a Boxing Match, hopefully he will. But who knows? Maybe. Basically, here's the thing. I don't have any beef with Frank James at all. I don't think Frank James has any beef with me. And so this is the most natural sort of way for a boxing match to evolve, perhaps. But I would point out that it's plausible, at least, that Frank James, being an INFJ, is looking for a little SE in his life, appreciates the NE wildness of this notion, recognizes it as some unique content that he could bring to his subscriber base that they'd probably be very interested to see, that would deviate from his norm substantially without harming his brand at all, and that it could be a lot of fun. If we could get Frank James to box me at the headline, we could even maybe get an undercard of Lijo versus Megan Lavoda, CSJ versus DSP. If we get everybody involved. I mean, I can't get CSJ to talk to me. I haven't tried to talk to DSP, but I have spoken to both. I do have the numbers of both Lijo and Megan Lavoda, so I could, in theory, call them if we could get some momentum behind this. It would be ideal if we could get Frank James on board. But I would pay to see a Lijo Megan Lavoda fight, wouldn't you? I've been watching a lot of boxing. Now, I want to stress there are some people I won't box unless if you're a big enough name, I probably will box you, but no matter what. But I really don't want to get like badly injured. I don't mind getting hurt. I've been knocked out before. I've gotten in fist fights before, and stuff. So I recognize it's not the end of the world. I would expect probably to get my nose broken, but I don't want to get seriously injured, like break my orbital bone or something like that. So there are people I won't take on, like probably any of the people pictured here. I would decline a boxing match with. But Frank James, I guess you could take this as an insult. I don't think you're as tough as any of these boxers here. I think I could take you. I do, even though I smoke a pack a day, But if I can get an agreement on this thing, obviously I'm going to go into training before boxing for the duration of time to get myself in shape, so that I can actually stand out there and throw punches for 3 rounds or whatever. I'm just looking for a 3 round. If I could be amateur, we could wear headgear. That would make it easier to get sanctioned. If you're not Frank James, you're a YouTuber maybe I've never heard of before, but you've also been inclined to think, I'd like to get on this boxing YouTuber trend. There seems to be some money in that, and it seems fun, it seems exciting, it seems like something I could do. I'm 6'4". I've done a little research into weight classes. I am a cruiserweight. Now, normally they don't they don't allow people in vastly different weight classes to box each other in sanctioned matches. So there may be some meow with that. I'm not sure, but being a cruiserweight means that I'm between 175 and 200 pounds. Ending at 175 is light heavyweight, then cruiserweight, then heavyweight. What's interesting is there are no weight divisions above 200 pounds. It's just all heavyweight. So probably if I were a professional boxer at 6'4", 190 about right now, if I were a professional boxer, they'd try to get me to cut weight to 175, which it has been my sort of normal standard weight for most of my life, 175. I'm kind of extra fat right now, but thanks COVID. Anyway, not really. I just haven't been lazy, I guess. But I'd probably box at light heavyweight if I were an actual boxer. So the thing is, I recognize the limits of my skills. I am willing to box a woman, in theory, provided she's tough. Like, I don't want to box a woman who's... Like, I won't box Pukoki. I wouldn't box Rachel, It's like, no. I need a real... I'm not going to beat up on a girl who's not very tough, right? But if you're a tough woman who thinks you can take me, and believe me, remember, it's not that hard to take me, okay? Probably. Even after I train. I've never been in a formal boxing match before. But like I said, I have been in a couple fist fights in my life. And I watch a lot of boxing. So I pay attention too. So I really know what to do. It's like, you got to stand a certain way. You got to pow a certain way. You can have faith in me being up there trying to look like an actual boxer. And probably failing miserably, but being fairly fit for myself, for me, and for a 50-year-old, I'm in great health. I don't have, because I haven't been playing sports my whole life. I don't have those kind of nagging injuries that 50-year-old athletes would have. So I'm sort of a new body coming into a sport at 50 rather than so much of an old body. I do have a bit of an ankle issue from when I used to play basketball, but it's not really an issue. It's just sort of like one of my ankles is not as good as the other. That's irrelevant to this whole thing. I'm really getting off on tangents, aren't I? You don't need to hear about my right ankle injury from 30 years ago. Anyhow, Frank James or anybody else who's, especially if you're bigger than me as a YouTuber, but even if you're smaller, if you want to talk to me about it and see if we can put something together that would generate enough buzz, please contact me. I'm serious about this. I would like to get into a boxing match with somebody. C.S. Joseph has ignored my challenge to him to box me. So I'm putting out this general announcement here. But headlining, ideally, best case scenario, Frank James agrees to box me. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.